Hello, book reader friends. This is Chrissy with Tatted Hat Girl Reads, and I have a new video for you this week where I want to talk about the books that I am excited for June. And I hope in the comments that you will put the books that you maybe are excited about. Maybe you know a book that I didn't realize was even coming out, and I would appreciate that because, I like spending money, and especially on books. So put them in the comments below so that you can include us all in knowing what's coming out in June in case I missed something here. Again, these are the books that I am excited for. This is not an encompassing list. I'm going to let that be Goodreads' responsibility right now. Maybe one day I will work on that, but for now, we'll share the links that I use. And Goodreads has a book list of almost 200 books in the month of June. So I am only highlighting, I think it's 5 or 6 of those. And we are going to dive in. I have a horrible memory, so you will always see that I'm either reading a screen or I'm holding my Remarkable Pro in my hand for notes. I have a horrible memory. I am almost 49 in a few days. Actually, by the time you watch this, I will be 49. And, perimenopause has wiped my brain out. So bear with me when I am looking between you and the notes, because I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I have to be able to see the screen to trigger my memory. I'm even wearing my stronger glasses because I can't see the screen. So it makes my eyes really, really big. And it's just fun, You just got to laugh with age and be happy then, grateful that you are aging. Anyway, let's dive into something a little less morbid. First book on the Goodreads list, well, technically it's on my list, that I'm excited for June of 2025 is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. This one is a V.E. Schwab book. I have only read a couple things by V.E. Schwab, but I know many of you are V.E. Schwab fans, which is one of the reasons why this is first, but also because I put these in release date order. So this one comes out June 10th. June 10th, 2025. It's Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil. It says, I have to tell you this because it says it on Amazon. I don't know if Barnes & Noble says it, and I should have looked, but it says, all first edition copies will be signed by the author. Signed copies available while supplies last. I'm putting that in there because, it says it there, but also because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings if that book sells out and you're on edition 2 and, you missed out on the signature. So if you want a V.E. Schwab signed book, buy the first edition when it releases on June 10th. This one does look like there's a time span. I'm guessing probably parallel or ways that she has found to tie back certain storylines, but it's dealing with 1532. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. I did it on another recording of this video and I botched it and I'm not doing it again. 1827 is London, 2019 is Boston. And I'll be honest with you, it actually looks really good. The cover looks really dark and I am pretty excited for it. I don't know much other than a little clip briefly on the synopsis that kind of lit me up. It just says a young girl grows up wild and wily. That can mean anything, and the cover looks dark, and it just, it is V.E. Schwab. V.E. Schwab can write. The little bits that I have read, I've really enjoyed. Book 2. This one I didn't even know was coming out. I did not know that Riley Sager was coming out with another book. So I'm hoping that, this helps someone else to discover that. It's called With a Vengeance. It's a novel. It looks like a standalone. I think mostly Riley Sager's books are standalones. I have only read 2 so far. Fell in Love. A House Across the Lake did do a twist ending that could have almost, technically it wasn't a twist ending. It was a twist towards the ending. It was not the actual ending. But it was a little disappointing to me. It was really, this is how we're going? But I still love Riley Sager's writing so much that I'm going to go for book 3. And so this one's on my list. With a Vengeance. It is dealing with 1942. 6 people destroyed Anna Matheson's family. 12 years later, she's ready for retribution. That sounds fantastic. One train, no stops, a deadly game of survival and revenge. On my list. 400 pages. Releases June 10th. The cover is, as you can see, a train on the front cover going across a bridge. Looks pretty dark also. I am a suspense and thriller fan, so I'm going to continue on with Riley until, I just can't, for whatever reason, handle the writing anymore, which I don't see that coming anytime soon. All right, the next book, Realm of Thieves. I have not read anything by Karina Halle. This is I'm going to say it's probably going to turn into being more than one book. I'm guessing a series or a duology of sorts. I haven't found anything yet saying that there's going to be more than one, other than the fact it says number 1 of the Thieves of Dragemor. So I'm guessing there will be more. The thing about it that I liked that stuck out to me in the synopsis was 2 thieves vie for dominance in an illegal dragon egg trade. I feel like if there was dragons, there really should be a thing for an illegal egg trade. So I'm excited for that. I've put the link for you in the description below. I will remind you, I thank you first off. Every time you purchase something through one of my links, I do earn a small income. I am retired, and this is how I earn my income, through things such as this and Patreon. So I do appreciate any time you take the time to click a link. I know we can type it all in ourselves, but there is something very sweet when you deliberately click someone's link saying, I know they're going to earn a commission for this. And you're going to order the book anyway. And I am bad for it. I'll see something on Amazon that I like on Instagram, for instance. Someone will post it, and I'll forget sometimes and just start typing it in myself instead of clicking their link. And it's been proven, I think it's 40-some%, that stories are less engaged with when there's a link in the stories. So maybe there's something to that. People are scared of links. I don't know. But I promise you the links I do put in my description are to take you back to Amazon and Amazon only, or maybe one of my social media pages, and that's it. So you can feel safe when you click those links. You'll still get to log into your account and your security for your credit card. All right. I think that's it on that one, The Realm of Thieves. There's that one's just, the cover is just kind of really dope. It looks like another cover, and I don't want to say the name because I know I'm going to get the book wrong. It does look like another cover, but it looks really good, and it's dealing with dragons, so come on. The next book we're going to talk about, The Robin and the Oak Throne, Throne, is book 2 of Karina and the Halle Library. This book was somehow, I'm not going to do a review on it, I promise, but this book was somehow sweet, engaging, edge of your seat, heist, just a lot of fun and a lot of ups and downs, where I said if there was ever a book 2, and there is, that I would get it. It had an ending that I was not expecting, and I think that's one of the reasons why the book sold me, or the writing sold me, was because it was an ending you didn't see coming, but not just at the point of being a twist ending. So basically it looks like there's a monster treaty that is designed to protect all parties interested, and it looks like that treaty might be getting broken again. And, you know, a lot of things go wrong when you break treaties. So the Robin and the Oak Throne just looks really beautiful too. And I'm excited that I'm able to get both of those being the special editions. I want to say that, I don't know. I can't remember how long Barnes & Noble's had the special edition up, but it seemed like it was for a little while, but not as long as some others that I've seen on the shelf. I'm like, I can't believe that didn't sell out. Like, Beach Read. I thought that would sell out so quick. I was like, I have to have that pre-ordered. And then I can still go into some locations and still see it on the shelf, and it's so sad. Which also scares me. Any future big expectant books and special editions now, I'm like, well, maybe they'll order less now because books aren't selling. So therefore I might run out too fast. So I'm pre-ordering everything out of nerves of missing out. So that one's coming out June 17th. The dates that I'm giving you verbally could change. I've also put those same dates in the description below. And I will go ahead and tell you those dates they could change. They're subject to change. It's, not set in stone. I don't work for the publishers. And the next book is The Witch Roads. This one is a duology. I had to make sure that's what I wrote in my notes, and I did. So this one is a duology. It's The Witch Roads. And book 2 is already set to come out for 2025. I've put that in the description below, even though this was a June release video. But I thought maybe if you got one, you might want both. I want to, honestly, I don't do this often, but I want to look at book 1 before I order book 2 this time. The cover does look fascinating. It does look like a Wizard of Oz themed book cover. And I find that fascinating and just kind of colorful and beautiful. And I love the castle and the pink sky and the blues. It's just really pretty. And it says, when she warns him not to enter the haunted spires, the prince doesn't heed her advice. And the man who emerges from the towers isn't the same man who entered. And I find that fascinating because you're like, immediately wonder what adventures happened while he was here in these towers. Was he there long? Did someone take over his body? Literally all of a sudden your mind's working, writing the story. So it does let you know that you could write a book. But literally that little line can let you just imagine what could have happened. And I'm hoping were wrong and it's even better. You know what I mean? But we'll see. I'm going to stick with book 1 first before I buy book 2. Book 2 is in November of 2025. I didn't put the exact date because that one was off far enough that is definitely subject to change. Plus, it is book 2, you know? So we're not talking about June, where that's a later in the year release. The next book that I want to talk about, I have said it in this video already. I am a big suspense person. I love thrillers. I love the edge of the seat. I love my heart to pump. And Lisa Jewell can actually do that really well sometimes. Lisa Jackson does it well. Lisa Garner does it really well. And I love anytime any of the Lisas in the thriller genre put out a book, because it's going to be good. Even if it makes you question your decisions about reading that book, it's going to be good. There is going to be something about it that triggers you. It says Don't Let Him In. It's a novel by Lisa Jewell. Nina Swan's daughter, Ash, begins looking into Nick's past. It's a man that's in her mom's life, and she's trying to dig in deeper and find out more about him because she wants to protect her mom. And I find that truly endearing, truly sweet, but also alarming. You never know what you're going to find about someone. And that book is released June 24th. The next book for June 24th, and this is the last one on our list, is book 2 of the Poppy Wars. And while this is not necessarily a new release, it is a new edition. And I did want to include it because I am a big, huge, ginormous R.F. Kuang and Poppy Wars fan. Mostly Poppy War. I have the paperbacks editions, and I mentioned in my last unhaul video that I will not unhaul those because I'm getting these, because those mean a lot to me. So I hold on to them. But these are also so epically beautiful. I feel like these are watercolor. Some of this artists might actually know better than I. I'm not an artist, but they look like watercolor to me. And it is just a stunning cover and back. These are great examples of how books are increasing. The Poppy War, when it first released, was $40, both at Barnes & Nobles and on Amazon. Amazon has since, as of today, released it down to $23 and some change. That price could change. You know how Amazon is. And I've seen some sitting on the shelves at Barnes & Noble, so I'm sure at Barnes & Noble's they're still, actually I'm lying, $45. And so I'm sure at Barnes & Noble's they're still $45. This weekend, so I'm actually not going to mention that because this video is coming out after it, but watch Barnes & Noble's because they do like to do double point weekends so that you can get 5, 10, whatever off of your next purchases. And that actually is how I buy a few of my books. It's because my husband and I will go in and buy on these extra point months. And that saves us a few bucks. And it's really nice. But that one's coming out June 24th. The cover is beautiful. I love the blues and the little hint of yellow and the little bit of sandish brown colors. Also, R.F. Kuang is going to be in Texas August 26th for her new book release. And I'm so excited. I'm hoping we get to go. You know, there's a lot going on, but it is on the wish list of things to do in Texas, and I really hope I get to go. So my husband's watching. This video is going up in June. We have a couple months. I do want to go to that. But again, you guys, this is not the only list. This is not the only fantasies or suspense books coming out. Goodreads has over 200 books listed coming out just for the month of June. It is also in this description for you. I have put in the description also for you the links where you can find me between the videos, because I post occasional shorts there. Typically, I post shorts here on YouTube as well, but I put my TikTok, my YouTube, which you're here, you know I'm on YouTube, and my Instagram. I took my newsletter off because at this time I'm not sure that I'm going to continue that, because I think I would much rather write for the group in Patreon and put videos there and that sort of thing. I will talk about Patreon more in the coming videos, because that is an avenue for me to earn a little income to support myself. As I said, I am retired and I must earn a little money. I do have to survive. And I thought it would also be a fun way to also allow us all to have a place for community, share the books we're reading, maybe even do a reading hour once a week. I thought that could potentially be fun. I could do that live on a YouTube, but we'll talk about that more later in the coming weeks as well. But keep an eye out, or ear out really, for the Patreon updates. It is linked because you can join it right now. And there is the $5 subscription fee for the first 20 that follow. And anything that I choose to sell, those first 20 people will get anything free I release over the coming weeks, coming months potentially as well. So keep an eye out for that. The link is below. And I want to thank you for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That lets me know to stay encouraged and continue making these videos, and that you actually enjoy them, and that the information you're getting here is somewhat valuable. While there's so many other videos you could be watching that may be better than mine, I do genuinely appreciate you being here. And I hope you have a lovely week. Bye!